Okay, we're gonna call the meeting to order. You want to do the open public meeting notice before this, as well as before the regular?
I think I'm going to do them both.
Yeah,
We'll
sure.
get this. So, members present, Kenya?
Here.
Dean?
Here.
Spencer?
Yeah.
Marqueta?
Here.
And Barstein.
Here.
Adequate notice of this meeting was given in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act by mailing the schedule of the Township Committee to the Express Times and North Star Ledger newspaper, posting a copy on the Township Bulletin Board, and filing a copy with the Township Clerk.
Okay. I'm going to look for a motion to go into executive session to discuss open space, with the Open Space Committee, the Thomas Stewart Park, and the updates and billings on the park. Is that what it's about?
It's contractual,
Not contractual matters?
yes.
And then
Is that okay to do it that way, Joe?
also,
Okay.
Attorney Piper's coming for litigation.
Okay.
I'll make that motion to go into executive.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Okay,
Is that your stuff?
that's all.
Are you addressing the,
Okay, we're
at the
on.
school, what happened there? No.
Nothing to do with us.
All right.
You don't want to stay? Oh, okay. Oh, you're talking about this? Yeah, Frank is, yeah.
Frank is what?
Here is the... Okay. Well, back. Want to make a motion to come out of executive session?
Sure.
I'll make the motion to come out of executive
I'll
session.
second it, I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. You want to do your...
Yes, Mayor, we emerged from executive session at 8:21 PM where we discussed an update on the Thomas Stewart Park, which is contractual. We also discussed 2 police matters, one with the police contract and one with the self-litigation. No official action was taken. Copies of these minutes will be available at such time as the committee determines there was no harm to the public interest. I believe we need a motion to authorize...
Yeah, I want to make a motion to authorize a labor attorney to take action as discussed in executive session.
Will second.
Okay, roll call, or any questions, discussions? Roll call.
Kenya?
Oh, yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer? Marqueta?
Yes.
Barstein.
Yes. Yeah, I have a motion. I have a motion
to amend the architectural fees for the park to not to exceed $203,080.
Architectural?
And engineering.
And professional fees,
Professional.
yeah, engineering.
Second.
Roll call.
Kenya?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer? Marqueta?
Yes.
Barstein.
Yes. Okay, you want to do your, public notice? Yep.
Roll call, Kenya?
Here.
Dean?
Here.
Spencer?
Here.
Marqueta?
Here.
Barstein.
Here.
Adequate notice of this meeting was given in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act by mailing the schedule of the Township Committee to the Express Times and North Star Ledger newspaper, posting a copy on the Township Bulletin Board, and filing a copy with the Township Clerk.
Please stand for a flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I'm looking for a motion to open up public comment, for agenda items.
I'll make the motion, open
Second.
public comment.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone from the public wishing to come up and make a statement is welcome to. Anybody? Seeing none, motion to close? Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Payment of bills?
Just a couple of quick questions. Mike, what is street opening permit for Pine Hollow and Christie Court?
Okay. Pine Hollow was a gas service, and Christie Court was the monitoring.
Was the monitoring? I figured that it was tied to it. we had to have another permit or something like that to open it up after a gas line is put in, or? I mean, what's it all about?
First of all, that gets paid out of escrow.
No, I see that, but
Okay.
I'm
But
just...
no, this is, a homeowner wanted to connect to the gas line,
Okay.
basically. So, the gas company therefore needs to file a street opening permit with the township via our office to make the
Okay.
connection. So, yeah, that's what that is.
That's it? Okay, that's fine.
Hold on, on that Christian court for the well,
About the connecting to the water line.
that should be
where's
coming out
it
of
on the
the
agenda?
EPA.
They paid, they put up escrow money.
Oh, they did? Okay,
Yeah, so,
okay.
there's no charge to
Okay.
the township, but it's...
Yeah, yeah, it's
Right,
coming out of that.
okay, I just want to make sure.
No, that's,
All right, and we solved the, our IT company, we solved the $400, Skelton versus Greenwich. That's it? Supposed to be on IT?
Well, I'll speak with Kathleen, and she can move
Yeah, it's
it
under the
around.
wrong,
Yeah, you just think it's under the wrong?
it's under
All right,
the
so-
wrong budget line.
Make sure she knows about that. And then, Joe, one quick question here. Loader extended warranty. You're on board with that, boss?
Yes, I have going to discuss that during my report, but, it's additional 6 years, to 2023 warranty, which we won't go through the hours, that's on the warranty, but we will go through the time.
Right, and you genuinely think that's a, because I know some extended warranties are all fluff, and,
This is everything, this is total comprehensive, so, if there's an issue with the hydraulic system, it's covered with the motor, it's covered transmission for that time period.
all right. And just to bring everybody up here, the extended warranty, I don't know how, is $5,875, that's the only reason I brought it up.
Okay.
So I didn't know if we
It's for
wanted
5
to have a
years,
little
right?
bit more in depth. I'm sorry, what, Will?
5 years?
What, I'm sorry?
That's for 7 years or 5 years?
Till December 2023, six additional years.
$800 a year?
We got the first year
$800 a
expired
year.
in December.
That's a good deal.
Don't know. All right, so that was it on the bill page for me.
Okay. I'm good.
Okay, so I'm looking for a motion for the payment of the bills. We did the motion? We didn't do the motion yet, right? Okay. Anybody want to make a motion to pay the bills?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Any other questions or comments? Roll call?
Kenya?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
And Marcy?
Yes. Looking for a motion to approve the minutes from the October 19, 2017 meeting of the Township Committee. Anybody want to make that motion?
Make motion.
They want to second the motion?
Second.
Anybody have any comments, corrections, questions? Roll call?
Kenya?
Yep.
Dean?
Yep.
Spencer?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Marcy?
Yes.
I know it's out of place, but
That's okay.
the payment bills, when Mike was talking about the releasing of those other invoices, is that under the bills or is that under your, that's not on the bill list?
Well, I didn't see it on the bill list. You got one in your book, and there's another copy here if you didn't. I didn't see it on the bill list.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
so
It was
you're
a
actually-
when I see your email that says about the releasing of the final payments for the other stuff.
Well, there's no final payment.
Well, I mean, like the next
Right, the next
payment.
payment. That's true. I didn't look at the bill.
It's not on the list.
It's,
I'm sure it's not, especially, I mean, I don't know about my bill from last month. I don't know, that's one question, and
No,
then...
that was taken care
Oh.
of. I'm sorry, that was...
Okay, so it's just, it's Sampson and it's Earthworks, correct? Is that what we're talking
Yeah,
about?
But they're not on the bill list.
Well, then,
They gotta wait till
again,
next month.
obviously after the discussion from before, if everybody's comfortable, I would maybe, oh, you did the motion already.
Did the motion.
A second
Can we make a
motion.
second motion, Mike, to just pay those
Pay
two?
those two
Okay,
bills.
so let's run through this, what's on the paid bill list. So we already have the motion and second. Any other questions or comments?
Because that was $2,270,027.12.
Okay. Roll call.
We already...
We already did.
You did that? Okay, yeah, well, okay. So now we need the approval for these other two bills. So can you, somebody want to make the motion or explain real quick again?
What are the two...
Or where are they? Yeah.
Okay, first bill, is for earthworks, which is payment number 8 in the adjusted amount of $11,271.96, as outlined in my November 10th correspondence.
You guys have one of the
Is that the only building?
No,
She
that's
approved
one.
the-
That's the one, right?
I don't know
Second
about the
is
second one.
for Sampson Concrete. This is phase 2 of the park. This is his second payment in the amount of $35,696.50, which represents primarily some walking path in the beginning of the concession stand.
And the OS committee approved both of them already.
Yes, they did.
No.
So we're looking for a motion to pay those two.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Okay. Any other comments, questions on it? Roll call.
Kenya?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer?
I have to abstain.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Marson?
Yes. Okay. The approval of the best practices worksheet submitted by the CFO last month. Did we approve it last month, or do we have to do?
No, she submitted it last month, and I did speak with her. I have it on here that says approval of it. She said, we don't really need to take any action.
Okay.
But she said we just have to acknowledge that you guys all have it, you reviewed it, and things like that. You don't have to authorize it.
Okay. Next is, we're going to do the second reading. Do we have to open up for public comment? Okay. Okay. So I'm looking for a motion to open public comment on the second reading of ordinance 2017-10, bond ordinance amending bond ordinance number 2017-04, finally adopted by the Township Committee of the Township of Greenwich, New Jersey on July 17th of 2017. So this is really just a change in the amount of the original bond, right? So I'm looking for, we got a motion to open up public comment. Anyone want a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone want to come up and make any comments, questions about the change in the bond ordinance? Seeing none, motion to close?
Motion.
You're being very
All in
transparent.
favor?
Aye.
Let's do a roll call.
Yeah.
Adopt the roll call. Okay, so we're going to do a roll call on the adoption of 2017-10. Good.
I need a motion.
Oh, motion to adopt.
I'll make the motion, ordinance 2017.
I'll second. Roll call.
Kenya?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Marson?
Yes. Okay, we're going to have the first reading on ordinance 2017-11, an ordinance of the Township of Greenwich, County of Warren, amending and supplementing Chapter 3 entitled Police Regulations, Section 5 entitled Littering, Dumping, Storage of Unlicensed or Inoperative Motor Vehicles, Construction Debris of the Greenwich Township Code. We have to open a public comment on the first reading or not? So this is a motion for, to introduce, okay. So looking for a motion to introduce ordinance 2017-11.
Motion.
Got a motion from Will, anybody want a
Second.
second? Got a second from Paul. Any other questions, comments, discussion? Roll call.
Kenya?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer? Marqueta?
Yes.
Marson?
Yes. I want to do the ordinance, taking, what we got, this, dissolving the old ordinance for the water hookup. We have a number on that yet?
That's gonna come under, my agenda.
You're going to do that ordinance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that here?
I didn't see it under you, that's why I'm doing
Oh,
it now.
okay. Okay, go ahead, do it. It's,
You have a number for it, Ken, or?
Okay, so the last one we've done is 12, so this will be 13.
Okay, so ordinance number 2017-13, this is the first reading, it's an ordinance of the Township of Greenwich, which is basically repealing ordinance 2012-17, which mandated the connection to the public water supply system and the sealing of existing wells. If anybody's here, this is all relative to, pardon? Okay, this is all relative to Pacesetter and any homes that were affected by the pollution from the old, I keep calling it American can.
Can I explain what Ken...
But Frank wants to explain the whole situation.
Yeah, so Bill and I attended...
well, hold on, so we made a motion, let's do it during discussion. Did you make that motion?
No, he didn't make it.
Oh, we can't discuss
No,
it until...
yeah, that's right. We do need a motion for the first.
For the
introduction.
Right?
We never did the reading yet. I mean, the introduction.
Well, why can't I discuss why...
Because you can do it after
We're
the
on the
second.
rolls.
After the second. Looking for a motion for it.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. Questions,
Now we have
comments,
to
discussions?
Okay. I'm good now, Bill?
Yeah.
I was only sure,
You're
okay.
gonna miss me. I'll be around.
So just to fill in others that are here on the committee, Bill and I attended the EPA meeting on how the go-forward plan on the remediation of the contaminated water issue. So some of the residents, a couple of them are here, I say, brought up the issue of the residents being forced to tap into the water line, even though some of them may not even have high levels of contamination or any contamination, or may not even use the water to drink. They may just use it for their lawns or something like that. So it was brought up, and I thought it was a valid issue. Bill was there. Apparently Franklin doesn't have this ordinance. They're not forcing their residents to connect to the water line. So currently, the ordinance is forcing residents to connect to the water line, even though they may not want to, and it's at a cost to them. So we thought there's no detriment to the town. The town's not trying to recuperate any money for this remediation. That's being done by, I guess this is being done by whoever was in violation, right? So it's not a matter of Greenwich losing money if they don't hook in, and we just thought it was not something that we needed to put on the resident. I think we decided the choice should be the resident's choice. So that's why this is being brought to repeal that. So that was the background of it.
And since that meeting, Costas, who's out in the audience, has done a lot of research. He's a chemical engineer. Has gone back and forth with EPA attorneys, and the bottom line is that the order that came down from the court does not mandate the sealing of the wells, correct? And that the TPE, which is the chemical, TCE, dissipates as soon as it hits the air. So, and from his point of view and his 20 or 30 years of being in the field, he kind of, the data, there's some issues with the data. So you've been going back with the law division of the EPA, and I had discussions with the president of Aqua yesterday, and they're willing, and they were supposed to have a rep here tonight, and I don't see anybody from Aqua. He did not see a problem with having both the well and public water. So we will be going down that avenue. So we have a month. We got to come back next month. We got a second reading and a hearing. And by then, hopefully, between you and me and talking with the water company, we can, I think the step that we have to do is have the EPA reissue the letters that we all got and say, hey, you now have an option. You can go all public water, you can go well, or you can have both. So that's where we stand, I'd have to open a public comment, yeah.
You have to open it anyway, right?
No, the second reading we open it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Next month we're having it
So
back.
we're having this discussion.
Yeah.
Okay.
So- I have no problem opening it if he wants to say something.
All right, so
I'll make a motion to open it.
well, we have a motion on the floor, right? Did we make the motion? Yes, that's how, we have
Yeah,
a
we-
first and a second.
Okay, all right,
To
let's-
introduce this ordinance.
Right.
Okay, so we
Let's
can,
do a roll call.
we'll do the roll call, and then we can go out to public, we can open public comment.
Okay.
Okay,
Kenya?
yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Marson?
Yes.
So I'll make the motion to go into public comment, just to talk about Rio Tinto issue.
Want a second?
Yeah, I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye. So I hope you're satisfied that.
Now, if you want to come up, you gotta make your name and address and ask your question, or make your statement.
Yeah.
If you want to make a comment, yeah.
Or a statement.
Right there.
No, it's already-
Right there, yeah.
Right behind the microphone.
Name and address.
Sorry. Linda Myers, 216 Harbor Drive, Louisville, and Paper. And, first of all, thank you for taking on that.
You spent a lot of time, a lot of research.
It's not an easy one, with all these different meetings. Just a couple of comments, I've been attending the public meetings that on this particular subject since 2004. So I have a perspective on the communications that have come to the residents in this area from EPA primarily. And during that time, there's a couple common questions that were always asked. Which, can I keep my well? And the answer eventually became, no, you must cap the well if you're going to connect. So I understand that that's been debated now. I would love to put that up personally. But it was always, if you connect to the water line, if you connect, you must cap the well. The other question was, do I have to connect? And I asked some of these questions, other people asked them, and they were just on my list, and it was like, no, but if you don't do it when the work is being done, and you decide later on to connect, then you have to pay. So from the EPA's presentation, from their answers, there was always a choice. If you connect, if you don't connect now, there was never a mandate that you must connect. So I don't know where this is going to go tonight. So I just came to say that there should not be a mandate,
Well, that's what the previous committee did, was,
Again,
and that's what
I
we're,
understand that, that's why I came, again, so that was news to me in the last meeting, it was news to a lot
It's
of
news to
people
me.
in the last meeting, yes. I'm just trying to think if there was anything else I need to say. Oh, but, and I get the sense too that the EPA is trying to say, well, we're not making anybody do anything, okay? But somewhere between the EPA not forcing any of us to connect or tap our wells or anything else, there's this trickle-down government, contribution, where shit happens, and all of a sudden there's an ordinance that says you have to commit. And I had a real strong sense from the New Jersey DEP, and I don't care if it's represented here or not, that they were the ones that were really trying to hammer that point home.
well, they said to me that if
That
they
was-
were gonna run the project, New Jersey would demand that, but since they're not running the project, it's not costing New Jersey DEP anything.
But, yeah, I
That's
get
why
the
they
real
are
sense
just,
that they were the ones kind of like,
Yeah, that's what you told, the guy that was here that day.
like jamming that point, so, if we don't have to cover, I mean, personally, I'm gonna connect, because it affects the resale value of my home if I don't, so, I mean, personally, I'm not here to, say not become a holdout or anything. I would connect, but for that very reason, but I had strong recommendations on why I didn't want to connect, first off, and plus the EPA and New Jersey DEP both said that the toll system is an acceptable solution to use volatile organic compost. So the homeowner should be able to decide to do nothing, take their chances, monitor their water, and if they don't exceed the limits, fine, handy, put a POET system in to address the problem. There are several options, all three of which allow them to continue to use the well, at least for landscaping.
Well, the good news for you and everybody else there is that this committee agrees with you. So,
So,
that's the whole purpose of us.
I'm glad that the ordinance is being
Yep.
reversed,
Okay.
and
Thank-
hopefully that'll be the end of that.
Yep.
Thank you.
That's all. Thank you.
Okay.
Motion
Do you wanna make a comment?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm Constantine Chances Cortes, I'm 403 Crystal Court. I'm a chemical engineer by training and a consultant since 1990 with medical advisor pharmaceuticals, primarily in risk management. So this issue falls under risk management. Okay. I was not able to attend any meeting that EPA had here in our location, except the most recent one.
Right.
And clearly, and you can take this away back, I reached the conclusion fairly quickly when the head of the EPA said, after 14 years of data collection, they can draw no conclusion, no valid conclusion. Hello, is anybody home? Okay, so fundamentally, now there is a branch of the EPA, which is the branch that investigates itself independent from the EPA itself, is already looking into this issue in New York City.
They're auditing.
The Inspector General's office?
They are looking into it, all the information, and I'm trying to give them more stuff because, unfortunately, lack of knowledge creates fear, and then once you get fear, you make decisions which you regret sometime in the future when you really realize what you did. So here, what is happening is, we have a chemical which is highly volatile. Volatile means it's very light. Okay, a lot of us here in the area, we have radon gas in our home. Well, we have a pump, it actually pumps it up and it goes up in the air and it's gone. Similar to this one, PC is trichloroethylene, it's very light. As long as you bring it into a turbulent state, it's very close. It doesn't have to be very close to the air. As long as it's very close, because of the difference in vapor pressure, that's how chemicals work, it tends to lift itself up and it escapes. So, if we were to basically have no EPA involved in this, okay, the problem was going to take care of itself. Because us, by using our wells, what we're really doing is, okay, sprinkling our plants and our lawns. Okay, what you're doing is basically bring the water in the air. Okay, as soon as the water becomes in the air, okay, all of this, the PC disappears. When you take a shower, the same thing. Because flush the toilet, the same thing, when you sink or so on. So, when the EPA said they're going to seal the wells, you're basically eliminating, by natural means, what we are doing at no cost. Okay? Which is completely stupid. Okay? It has no scientific engineering and practical basis. Okay? I communicate that with many other issues, and to that answer, to that issues, whatever the sort of questions, she basically have no answer. So we're just pointing back to the report, which the report is garbage. Okay? So anyway, long story short, we are where we are now. I believe whatever happened some years ago. The only, I think, the lessons learned from me, to you guys, and to all of us, is when there is an issue involved that we are asked to make this decision, don't know the agencies, we should really call in somebody who is an objective fact trier. That is the key set of words that they use in the legal system. Objective fact trier. And an objective fact trier is someone that knows the agencies. Okay? Unfortunately, years ago, Bill, you tell me if I'm incorrect, the decision was made without really understanding what really was happening. EPA, possibly for their own reasons, they wanted this to happen. For example, if in fact, let's assume that whatever the EPA diagnosis someone was correct.
You can wrap this up, so I don't, not to interrupt you, but
Yes,
we're waiting, we're ready
let's
to
assume for a moment that the EPA was correct. Why in the world do you want to seal up the wells? Because after X years, the problem is going to eliminate itself. What are you going to do now? You're going to basically spend $20, $30, $40,000 to reopen the wells. Okay?
Yeah.
So, completely stupid actions out of our tax dollars.
Thanks a lot.
So, Costas, I've been, and Mike's, we've been going to these meetings up in Washington and whatnot, and, you got the federal government right in front of you saying, hey, this is bad stuff, blah, blah, blah. I mean, who am I to, So, fortunately, we had yourself, and then we had another PhD from MIT. He's going, this is ridiculous, what are we doing this for? And I don't know that gentleman's name, so I wish I did. So, he lives on Water Tower. He's a retired chemical engineer or something, so.
Thanks to all of you that you listen to
Yeah.
whatever we say. That's what really makes it go around. All you got is perfect, right? So.
Yeah. Thanks a lot now.
So I'll make a motion to close public comment on this issue.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, one other thing to add to that. That was a $50 a day fine, was that what it
Or
was?
something like that,
I
yeah,
think it was $50 a day
yeah.
that the town was gonna fine residents who
Yeah.
did not hook into that. So, it was ridiculous, so, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I guess maybe next time if something like this happens, we should get you involved and hire somebody who's independent for us and make EPA charge whoever they're charging to pay for our independent study, right? So we know that in the future.
yeah.
Okay. Police report, chief.
I attached, a differential log of 2016-2017 to the monthly reports for you for our overtime, to give you a little idea of the difference in overtime this year from last year. And last month, the month of October, looks like we're about 22% down in overtime, $4,025 down. As for the monthly report, some of the noticeable numbers are highest call volume last month of October was 1,199. And since
That's 500 more calls as compared to October of 2016. That's crazy.
yeah.
But it's, you guys are out there.
Yeah, I noticed, last October was a high, arrest month in 2016, same with this October of 2017, 29 adult arrests, 2 juvenile arrests, 1 drunk driving arrest. Issue of 251 summonses for the month, and 242 warnings, 10 additional cases assigned to the Detective Bureau, 1 cleared by arrest. A significant amount of those arrests were shoplifting from some of the box stores there. And high juvenile, a little bit higher juvenile than usual, 5 juvenile incidents during that month.
October. Because they're supposed to act though, isn't it?
But but it's down from last year, 6 to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
So, hey, Rich, everybody here has seen in the news what happened at the school. Is there anything that you can talk to about on that? Any update at all?
I provided the mayor with the press release that I just put out today, and it'll probably be easier if I just kind of read that off.
You have it with you, or you want it back?
It still remains an open investigation, so I'll tell you what I can in the press release. On Monday, we had received a call after school hours of a student that possibly possessed a firearm in the Woodville Middle School. After receiving the report, it was assigned to the Detective Bureau and immediately opened an investigation on. Within the hour, a juvenile was questioned, the accused juvenile, which led to a confession and a seizure of a firearm, handgun 9mm. And on the 15th, which yesterday, the juvenile was charged. There was a lot of work that had to go into it. A lot of interviews, a lot of viewing of social media, a lot of camera footage and whatnot. So yesterday, though, the juvenile was charged with numerous charges. Of them, 4 of them being weapons charges, and 1 of them being harassment. The weapon was a defaced firearm, which means that the serial number was tampered with.
Wow.
Removed.
I didn't know that.
Like I said, the case is still active, so there most likely possibly going to be additional charges. And the juvenile was released to the parents, and that decision of whether to commit a juvenile or whether to release a juvenile, basically it's run through our prosecutor's office who present to them the facts that we have, and then
Do you think it'd be worthwhile to have some type of information, thing with the parents maybe to encourage them to, encourage the kids to report these type of things?
Yeah, they did. The school
Yes.
did.
Did they have a meeting, I mean, or just?
I think they,
Tuesday
Maria
after
did, yeah.
the incident, we had, or excuse me, Wednesday, Wednesday, we had an assembly.
Assembly,
okay.
The school had started out, I was present for that for one of the discussions and intensive meetings, so Tech Sergeant McLaughlin filled in for me. Spoke with the 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, and trying to, basically it was the, if you see something, report something.
Right.
And then trying to come up with some ideas how to do that, because honestly, a lot of kids would rather do that. And just sending an email, they still kind of don't feel anonymous, because you know when you send an email, there's kind of still a way to find out who did it in a sense. But the school is coming up with a plan for that. I also recommended to the kids if they didn't feel comfortable doing that, filling out a letter, leaving it in the mailbox. You can leave it in the mailbox after school hours, if nobody's around, and whatnot, if you wanted to report something.
I think the problem
I think
is,
there's anything-
it's during the school hour that these kids knew. I mean, at least that's what I read. You know.
I'm talking about down the road. You're right.
Okay.
If they, during the school hours, they're going to have to do what they have to do, whether they can report directly to the teacher or send an anonymous email. They all have email accounts. They all have access to computers that they can do that. The school, I believe they had, I don't know if they took it away, but they are, I believe, reinstating it, one of those anonymous drop boxes where you can write down something and the teacher could view that during the day.
You can do that electronically too, it's very simple.
Right, well,
Yeah,
that's what they
so-
have that too, but just another means for the kids to report something. I don't want to say that placing all this blame on kids not reporting it, because, you know what, quite frankly, if you're dealing with a firearm and you're young, whether you're young or you're older, it is scary. So, we have been up at the schools. I've been up there every day this week. We are there like we pretty much normally are during the morning, during the afternoon, but also during the walkthroughs. We're there quite often. Today, our criminal justice club that started up there, we met today. So I was up there even after hours. And we kind of talked to the kids about how they feel, and most of them said that when you asked them to raise their hand if they feel safe or not, they did feel safe, but you know what, there are still some that don't. So we're going to continue to show our presence up there and let them know that we are there for them, stress to them to report something to the teacher, the parent, the police.
Is there any talk of metal detectors?
That was brought up to the superintendent, however, I told her I can get her the numbers, and I will do that. I don't know if that's going to be something that's going to want to be done in Schultz, or if I should listen to that middle detectors, if I'm correct. So.
I'm just wondering if maybe you should maybe make the offer to have a night, either a PTO meeting or something like that, where you can talk to the parents about, you know, gun safety, keeping them locked. I know it doesn't appear, since the numbers are rubbed off, this was brought out of the house, but I'm just reading through the lines on that. But you know, maybe discussing with the parents to encourage their kids to tell them, and explain to parents how to go about reporting, so that there's no delays in reporting, who they should call right away, and rather, you know, because sometimes parents will call another parent rather than just contact you or the school or things like that. So I just wonder if it's not worth making the offer to be available to go to one of those meetings and try to educate the parents as well as the kids. And
Right. Recently, the superintendent, actually, I believe it was today, just sent out an email trying to schedule a meeting for the parents to
Right.
raise all these concerns. The problem is that the school schedule is so tight right now with the holidays and everything. There were several discussions that I had presented that I wanted to present to parents with social media and whatnot.
Right.
Which is getting, it's tough. But that meeting is being worked out. I just don't know. There's not a set date right now. I'm kind of open to see when would be the best time. And I don't know who the email went out to as far as, I know there was a number of people, and the superintendent is in charge of putting that meeting together. We will end up there and offer any kind of support or input that we can.
okay.
So Chief, this leads me to the resource officer. We applied for that grant. What's the new deadline for that grant?
I just checked today, there was nothing on the computer, so, and by the time I checked, it was after hours, so I couldn't call and ask them.
But every time I call, it's always, you know, it's going to be in another week. So I will call on Monday to find out whether they can give me another date, but it is not closed out yet, so it hasn't been awarded. So still a possibility that we can
Pick up another officer, put them in the
Are
script.
SUVs get delivered to the,
Well, that was my question, yeah.
SUVs were delivered to the outfitting company, and I was told roughly, possibly in the marked units will be 2 weeks possibly, but that depends because they are having problems with their labor to their employees unexpectedly.
are they putting the markings on the outside too, or is somebody around here doing that for you? Who puts the,
The lettering?
lettering?
That's what it's a battle in building. What I had originally.
But you gotta get the other one finished too, yeah.
What I had originally spec'd out for having it marked, the one that I had to quote for has not called me back. I went to a second person. That was a previous person we dealt with, numerous phone calls, they didn't call me back. I just went to a third company. The price is double what I budgeted.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to look around, actually, Community Dean that approached me with a fourth, business that I would like to, try to see if, what they can do for us.
There's a new guy in Belvedere too.
Okay.
We can talk about
Yeah, if you could send me the info, I'm more than willing to, the problem, I really can't, afford to go with a company that is twice what was the budget price.
So if the cars are ready and they're here and we don't have the lettering, we still use them, right?
Yes, but once they come back from getting the lighting, we
Right.
still have to get the radios, which I had to take out of our old cars because we're reusing the radio.
Right.
And there's some other,
I don't like using cars that aren't marked.
there's just some
Oh,
other.
we'll have the light beam on, so they are marked.
Yeah,
Oh, no, I want to see it too, but, you know,
No, I mean, I
you know,
just don't.
if you look at the mileage on these things, we're lucky they're even working.
Yeah, but my
Uh-huh.
point is
Well, basically, we're really.
would you want your wife pulling over for a dark blue, Explorer with no marking on it at night? You know, I don't believe in putting a car on the road until it's ready to go on the road. That's just me, but as
Mhm.
Rich will tell you, he calls me a dinosaur, so.
I'm glad you said that, not me.
I'm right behind you.
We're basically just using the two vehicles in the fleet, because the older ones,
Yeah, probably safe at this point, you know?
and it's,
Yeah,
not, that's.
but let's just get it done right and get them out there.
Yes, but I think if Community Extension give me that number for Belvedere, I'll give them a call, and with Community Team that provided to me, I'll give them a call. They're a bigger company, so I think they shouldn't have a problem. It's just a matter of price. If you know, if I'm forced to have to spend the higher money, I'll just explain to the attorney before and make that decision to go forward with that.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else have anything?
Yeah, I just wanted, this overtime, we're down, just under, it's almost like 2% from last year. Last year at this point, we were at 156, now we're at 154. Even with the additional officers, we can't see
Well-
maybe a 10% or 15% decrease in overtime? But then I see you got 500 more calls, which means more paperwork, so I understand, you know.
Yes, as you can see in like the last, well, pretty much really the last 2 months, that's where it's been sharply behind since our latest officer,
Yeah, you had some big hits in June and July, you know.
Yeah.
you're down, yeah, so.
I can tell you that this call you're just discussing with the firearm, that was one entire day, 12-hour shift
Oh, yeah.
of overtime.
Well, here, last year we had 29 arrested a month, this year 29 arrested. You didn't have belly for them last year.
That's exactly, yeah. So we don't even know what that's going to, you know.
Okay, thanks, Rich. One other thing for me, from the setback orders, you got a copy of it from Beth McManus?
Yes.
Can you make sure you type that, and get it typed into an ordinance, get all the number jumbo out? Oh, Oh, no, yeah, but she still has the corrections in the old language.
Yeah,
and
she's
everything.
got
I want him to clean it up, so it's,
strike-throughs and all
so
that.
it's, yeah. You know what I want, like,
Everybody has it.
okay.
Is that in?
No, it's loose.
Oh,
You should have got an email of it, I thought you were copied as well.
I would
You
have.
can have it.
Okay. I am done. Frank, you're up.
You're gonna love me today. I don't
You got 5
have,
minutes.
we covered most of the Thomas Stewart Park, all of it in executive that we had to, but, there is this one issue of the shed. I don't know, Bill, do you have the shed under you?
I have, well, I did, but you can put it under you,
Well,
the shirt.
actually, we were waiting for someone from the booster to come and speak to it. Normally, do we need a motion or anything on a shed?
I believe we do, because it's,
That's where the Booster Club's building it. I'm just asking Mike real quick. We gave them permission already to do it in one of the previous meetings. We don't do anything now.
Yeah,
so do
so,
we need anything? Do we need another motion? Yeah, they just presented the,
I guess we need a motion on the design of it? Yeah, I mean, there's a picture of it. It's,
and the colors.
yeah,
Not that... Okay. Okay, yeah, that's what it said.
so just to be clear, it's being donated by the booster clubs, not costing the town anything. And, I think it looks nice, personally, so I'll make a motion to approve the design of the shed by the booster club.
Any comments, questions, discussion? Roll call.
Kenya?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Horsley?
Yes.
That's it.
Will, you're up. Yep.
Bill's got it.
What?
You did that already.
I think
Yeah, he did that when we came out.
Oh,
and it's very.
Bill
I
had
think
it,
you were
Yeah,
at
he made the motion, yeah.
We took care of that.
Okay. So, Will?
One second.
Okay.
Did you need anything else from me, or did you want anything else?
No, thanks a lot, Chief. Have a good night.
Thank you. I just sent that to you, Rich.
Okay, thank you.
It's not going through. Motion to approve the animal control report for, October. She had 11 calls.
Animal control, you said?
I'll make that
Animal
motion to approve the animal control monthly report.
I'll second. Questions, comments, discussion?
Well, did you get a chance to talk to her?
Now,
Remember when, with the folks last month that they said that she had, direction from us about not to deal with the noise at the,
previous committees.
previous committee? Okay. All right.
I want to make a comment. I like her report better, because she's actually saying that she responded and what action she took and everything, so I'm much happier with that, even though it's just a little bit more, but, and she does have one in here about the January report. Did you see it on 10/14? And she said she referred it to zoning.
Yeah, I did see that earlier, yes.
Okay. And actually then on the 17th, there was another one for, I don't know if it was directly related to January, or just in the area of January, but anyway, I'm happy with the report being much better that way. That's all my only comment. Anybody else have any more questions, comments? Roll call?
Kenya?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Horsley?
Yes.
Fire company got a blue light permit for John Lada.
Yes.
Lada. Everything's good with that?
Renewal.
Oh, renewal?
I'll make a motion
I'll second.
to renew the light permit for John Lada. Lada.
Due diligence done on everything there?
What's that?
He's good, everything, you're recommending it?
That's what I just
Okay.
asked them.
Anybody else?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Horsley?
Yes.
And DPW monthly report. You wanna do it, Joe?
Okay, buildings and grounds for DPW, last Friday, they took the concrete floor out. It was all demoed out last Friday and, removed. Building, permit application has been filed, that was sent down. I believe they received it Tuesday, according to the emails that I got from the, building people, so we've got to wait for their approvals with the architectural designs. I'm gonna give a call down there, leave them know that this is the building fire, we're trying to get it going there, maybe it'll help push it along a little quicker. The plan is to have the building materials here by the end of the month, and hopefully, if they have their permits, to start constructing it to be completed by the end of December. So we're still on pace for that, and that will include the electric, and the floor of that part. The DPW will be responsible for repaving the front since we're going wider and longer and fixing that grade. Where we will be, it may be stone through the winter and might have to wait till the spring. That's going to depend on the blacktop plant.
When are they gonna lay the pad? Can they do that?
What's that?
When are they gonna lay the pad?
They're going to do the pad. It's going to be done by December,
No.
including the pad, the floor.
Right.
If that's what you mean, pad,
Yeah.
yes. Yes, because they'll be able to put the building up, pour the floor inside, and more or less keep it out of the rain weather and stuff, and then put some heaters in there, but the concrete will also make its own heat as it cures.
Okay.
So, all right. The fuel pump and changing the fuel tanks become a debacle. I had a conversation with Will, and the prices we got, the one quote that we're going to use some of the DPW money, did not include installation. I got installation cost of $17,000 or $32,000 just in parts. I had another quote just for fuel management, and I talked to a couple more representatives while I was down at the League of Municipalities the last couple of days, and they're going to call me Monday. Right now, the quote, including installation for just the fuel management system, keeping our tanks, our pumps, it'll tie right into there, is about $12,970. But this will include fobs. I think on the list was, matter of fact, I got the list there. On the quote here, I have 40 fobs, so that would include for each vehicle that the town would own, including the police cars, fire engines, squads, DPW, everybody would use it, and that fob would be designated for that vehicle. So we could track it by department, we could track it by vehicle usage, and keep a budgetary consensus on that. That's more or less fuel management. Plus, it'll secure that. You just can't go turn the pump on. Then you got to swipe it, put the code in, then it activates. And one system will work both pumps, diesel and gas. Think of it as the electric switch that'll turn that pump on as you need it. So I'm still waiting for some other quotes, but at this price here, we're under the bid threshold, so it wouldn't have to be a bid project. Some of that, the other one was quoted, it was a state contract, but it's just not in the budget. It blows the budget out of the water. I think Kathleen said there was only 15 or 20, I think it was 20 grand or 25 into what was set aside for upgrading or putting a system on the gas pump. So I'm probably going to say that we can't take no action, but I'll wait until the next meeting. Hopefully we can get it done then. I'll have to get at least another quote if I can to get this done. This has been lingering since, I think this has been on the books since 2014 or 15. So that's how long the money's been there. It's in that budget. Also, I've talked to Chief Hummer about putting that wall, partitioning his the secretary and him. I've talked to the electrician to come in to take care of the lights. We're going to put some motion lights into that area just so we don't have to worry about the switches and running a whole bunch of electrical things. And I also, while he was here, talked to him about putting motion sensors into the 2 bathrooms upstairs here. That light seems to be getting left on quite a bit. This way here, it's simple. Walk in, walk out, and don't have the partitioning walls in there anymore, so the light, you won't be in the dark while you're sitting. And also, with Chief Hummer, we're hoping tomorrow schedule get his antenna up here on the building for his computer system from the police cars to his mainframe, have that all taken out. We looked at it Tuesday, or Monday it was, we looked at it and tried to get the layout and stuff there, so hopefully I'll get that done by the end of the week here. Thomas Stewart Park, the removal of debris, I still have a little bit left there on the property line up near the top there. Probably going to wait till it gets a little more frozen, and once we figure out and work out getting the paving of the bike paths, these walking paths going, or what we come up with a decision there. I know Tuesday, I had an email to the open space people. The guys had to finish up the drain pipe out there, and the truck really sunk in. They were almost afraid they were going to have to pull them out with machines or tow them out. For some reason, the moisture is just laying there, and we didn't have no rain for, I think it was about a week prior to that. So the ground's, it's just laying there. So I think the frost and the dew is accumulating and starting to set in there. But I want to try to work a plan, try to have us do it and get this taken care of. If it means maybe a different machine that will be better suited to do that, meaning a paver. We talked about we need to do a 6-foot path. The town paver won't do it, or the co-ash paver won't do it. Maybe that might be the machine that'll help get this job done and take care of it. So we're still working with county, trying to work the thing and get that done this fall. If not, we're going to have to do something for the spring.
Hey, Joe, in reference to that email, you had mentioned in the email that, I don't know, maybe you heard that somebody thought that you were trying to delay the project?
I just wanted to head something off
Okay.
prior to somebody thinking I'm trying to delay. No, I'm not. I'm trying to do the best I
And
can.
I'm
at Mother's Nature's hands.
yes, and I agree, and I just want to personally say to you,
That's all I want.
there's no thought of that here, is all I'm trying to tell you.
No,
So,
and I just wanted to hedge that off. That
Okay.
I'm doing my best.
I know
to try
you
to
are,
get this
yeah.
done. I'm not trying to delay this.
Okay, I just want to make sure you know that.
Mother Nature beats me up.
Yeah, I know.
So.
And I appreciate it.
Yeah, so the drain pipe is done, they finished the stone level, just a little packing work there. DPW-wise, leak program's going, I had some conversations with Paul about, using some other sources of funding, for getting rid of the leaves and the time and things like that. So, working with him through the Clean Communities and the recycling program. Fox Run, storm drains, paving of Grand Lane and Fox Run are complete by DPWs. And also the municipal building parking lots. I do have a couple crosswalks and stuff I'd like to get done if I have a mid-50-degree weather, along the walking path there up Wyndham Farm Boulevard and Gary Road. And I think I have some stop-ahead warning signs that still need to be installed there. Still on my list. DPW equipment. All the equipment, we have received everything. I got an email 2 weeks ago that the Mason dump chassis was delivered, and that was delivered to the body company to have it done. I made contact down at the league again with the representative, and he can't see it being another 3-4 weeks. They had pretty much everything in stock. They were just waiting for the tailgate spreader. As soon as everything's in, they put it inside and have it built. So we're looking at maybe mid-December, maybe end of December, and all equipment for DPW will be in and taken care of. And just one other note, I also received an email that the fire chief's vehicle pickup truck was in, went over, they're going to paint the roof white to match the red and white the other vehicles. I should have that the week of the 27th and send that to our upfitter that has the contract. And they said, he's got one more meeting, he said 2 weeks, job will be done, and we'll have that. So that should be, I'm thinking mid-December also.
Jay, I just want to tell you one thing. Bill was with me. We ran into a resident for the township when we were together, and he gave you and your department kudos, going all the way back to last year with snow removal and stuff. That he said you're a very responsive department. He's called a couple times over issues. He said they always come right away and take care of it, never give them any attitude or anything. So you're representing the township well. So I just want to thank you and your guys for being responsive rather than being the way some people can't be, so.
No, my motto is to provide service,
Yeah.
that's what we're.
Well, it's working for you. Like I said, this guy, when I was away, he told us the other day about it, and I just want to pass it along.
Joe, one question.
Sure.
Do you have any opinion on the condition of the basketball courts back here? Is that something that you can look at just to give us a status of the condition that they're in? Is that something that's out of your expertise?
Well, we made them, but
Oh, did you?
we made the basketball court.
I'm just curious, because I keep hearing, I hear sometimes we need basketball courts, and to me, we have basketball
Yeah, we
courts.
have basketball courts. They were, for the time that we did them, they were piecemeal. They're only they're a paved lot, is what it is.
Can you just-
Wasn't really
They're pretty
leveled
good
that
shape.
well. It
I don't
does
know,
have
that's what I'm
some
trying to find
spots.
out.
I had it, 2 years ago, we had it, seal coated, but it does have some spots that the water lays and that gets underneath there and pulls it up.
So maybe for the new budget, if you think there's something that you could do to just improve it.
They do make some stuff there. I can start working on some quotes at the budget there to do some leveling up.
Yeah.
Sand leveling.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yep.
The people that we rent our crack sealer from and do that program, they do that kind of stuff, and they'll even come out with tough guys and help us.
Yeah, just you keep it in mind, when we go through the budget, maybe you could just present us with something.
Sure,
All right.
I'll work on the project.
Joe,
Thanks.
thermometers,
Thermometers?
what's it
Those,
say?
I will get a hold of Lou Zana, that's who we were
Okay.
dealing with. He
Yeah, so that you
gave
can
me the
look at
quote.
it on your phone and see if, you know, you get the
Yeah, no, absolutely. And,
historical people coming in on Monday night, I'm sure we'll get cold.
Yeah, and right now, that's set on the timer, it has an internal timer, but I don't know how to get into it, because before I was involved with it, I'm sure if I looked at it real close, I could figure it out, but I think that would be the best way to go also, because it also schedule holidays and stuff. like
Right.
that. Yeah, I think that, and I'll have to look up the quote, hopefully they change the value hour to $900 to do it. Because of heat, well, one for the fall lighting,
Yeah.
and there's 2 different units and they're heat pumps.
Oh, I don't know.
That's why we got baseboards here for everything that gets under 32 degrees.
Right.
But there are heat pumps for this time of year. That's why it's not just a forced hot air furnace.
All right, getting back to the basketball court, if you're thinking of something, see if you can put curbs around it, and the fire department can load it up with water. In the wintertime, we have ice rink. That's what they did in my town of Raritan growing up.
Yeah, it'd be
You know?
good thought, but I would almost say there, because we don't have enough space where you run off the court,
Okay.
tripping hazard.
Oh, okay. Maybe down the future, if we have
If we had 8-10 feet more further off the court,
Okay.
I would suggest maybe, yeah.
And just on another side note for,
Good, Will.
on another side note for Joe too, what was it, 3 weeks ago, Joe received the Rotary Club's award for the Serviceman of the Year award. So congratulations on that. It was a nice little get-together dinner down there at Flynn's.
So it wasn't Kim's husband's surprise birthday?
Yeah. They recognize Joe for all of his years of volunteering. and,
Were you surprised? Were you totally surprised?
Yeah.
Nice.
it was a nice friend.
And his wife
was
did a
there.
good job.
And I gotta say, Angelo did a great job introducing Joe, and he went through everything Joe's done and whatever, and Angelo really did a really nice job for him, and it was well-deserved as far as I'm concerned, Joe. So I certainly appreciate everything you do for the township and have done, so.
Motion to approve his budget, or his,
Monthly report.
yeah.
I'll make the motion. Oh, you made the motion?
Yeah, I'll second it. Roll call.
Yes.
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
McDermott?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Bill?
I'll make a motion to accept the tax collector's monthly report for or November.
So it has to be October, November's not over.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You got a second?
I got a second?
Yeah, we'll second.
Okay, any questions, comments? Roll call?
Kenya?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Yes.
Spencer? Marqueta?
Yes.
Schwartz?
Yes.
Yes, we have to that. Anyway, I have nothing for Board of Ed. The water line, we've already discussed. So I have a resolution authorizing redemption of tax liens. Resolution
78.
number 2017-78. It's redemption of $2,123.32 and $1,400 to TWR Trust Debris Fund NJ LLC, and the block and lots are listed. So, I need a motion for that.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any comments, questions, discussion? Roll call?
Kenya?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Horstman?
Yes.
And the only thing I have is, the Christmas party. Ken, did you go down with Shane to discuss with them?
I went down there, I took the deposit, the signed paperwork down there, I signed off on there. I spoke with the girl, we have to have the, food.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks.
Nice seeing you.
Good to have the menu by
I have
one.
the menu picked out, which, I did speak with Jane, and
Okay.
Jane and I came up with the
Yeah.
menu. I have to let them know a week before the event, so.
Okay, so we're on
We did
it.
that, but we haven't discussed finances with them.
When is it?
All right, so,
December 15th.
December 15th.
maybe Monday we can go down. They're open Monday. When I get back in town on Monday, you and I can drive down and we can talk to them, okay? That's all I have. I don't have to-
And I'll be sending out to all of the boards.
Right. Okay. That's the 15th.
And professionals too, correct?
Retreating?
We did it, that's the, we
What
did the
time,
first
what
week.
time?
6:30.
That's the,
What day is that? That's the one for,
oh, no, you're right, yeah, okay, I do have one. First reading for ordinance 2017-12, an ordinance of the Township of Greenwich, County of Warren, State of New Jersey, granting permission and consent to, how do you pronounce that, Pacini Plastic? Pacini Plastic Packaging, Inc., to use the existing public right-of-way along 60 Court to install and maintain a monitoring well. So this is just the introduction, and we'll have second reading at the next.
So you're making a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Explain it again, please.
I'll second the motion.
You're gonna put monitoring
Yeah,
wells in,
question,
this is all part of that.
Rio Tinto.
Site, Rio Tinto.
Oh,
So they're
okay,
required
okay.
to do that, but to put them in our right of way, you're giving up an interest in property, so we have to do an ordinance permitting them to put monitoring.
Got it, okay.
Which makes perfect sense for the public safety.
Okay, I second it, so, question, comments, anybody else? Roll call?
Kenya?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Horstman?
Yes.
Oh, is that before the...
We'll report the court.
And I think
It's in front of you.
I think you're up now, Paul.
It's up there separate.
You're done, right?
I'm done.
Okay, Paul.
Okay, I would like to make a motion to accept the, monthly municipal court report.
Got a second by Will down there? Any questions, comments, discussion? Roll call?
Kenya?
Yes.
Dean?
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Marqueta?
Yes.
Horstman?
Yes. You have anything else, Paul?
No, I don't. Everything else can wait till executive.
Just want to thank you again for all you do in the zoning department. I know you spend a lot of time down here, helping Larry and, getting things straightened out, and,
And Larry was sick this week, so I sat in.
Oh, yeah.
So,
It's okay.
we just want you to know it doesn't go unnoticed. There's no paying a bomb, but it doesn't go unnoticed. Okay, before we go to Township Engineer, I just want to make, everybody's leaving anyway, but December 1st at 7 p.m. is the tree lighting out back here by the, Historical,
Put that into,
Society. I plan on being there 7 o'clock on December 1st. Mike, we don't have to worry about putting any advertisements or anything back there for us show up for that, do we?
No, because there's actually an exemption in the Open Public Meetings Act for large outings, like if you all happen to be down at the League of Municipalities together, stuff like that.
Yeah.
The lightings are specifically.
Okay. I was hoping so. I didn't want to have to pay a couple $100 just to go
Oh, I'm gonna back
flip
out.
a switch.
Well, you know what I'm doing, you know, we're talking
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
it
it's
before,
different
like,
about it.
Joe, you have
I'm
something?
gonna stand 100 feet
I
away.
don't know if you're aware, but I know, and the only reason I know is the fire department's giving the chairs, but, the Scorchville Presbyterian Cemetery up there on the hill.
Yeah.
Had an Eagle Scout project on a flag and like a reflection area where you can sit and stuff. And what I understand, some dignitaries are coming,
18th.
I don't know, Senator Lance, you made it coming to that.
No, he's big on the Eagle Scout stuff,
Saturday.
yeah.
Congress, anything?
Dedication
This Saturday?
It's
This Saturday.
the
yeah.
18th.
I'll get an invitation.
No.
At 11 a.m.
But it's gonna be raining anyway.
Yeah, it's going to rain or show.
11 a.m., you'll be dry yet, the rain's a little further off.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know if you were aware of that.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of it, so.
Be close, huh?
I think
Huh?
they went through all those senators and stuff.
I'll be there.
You're going, Will?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else going?
Huh? Who?
I don't know if I'll
Yeah,
make it.
Tracy's son.
I might have to go into work a couple hours on Saturday morning, so I don't know if I'll make it.
Yeah, drop a shitter.
For where? Up there?
Yeah.
Up at the cemetery? Okay, so it's at 11 o'clock this Saturday?
Yes.
I will try to attend. Is anybody else?
I probably won't make it.
It's a public
Same
I won't
thing,
make
same
it
thing.
either, so.
It's outdoors, probably.
And then also, we just talked about the Christmas parties December 15th, so everybody knows. So,
And it's volunteers, employees, professionals also.
Yeah.
Get an invite.
and
Mike, put it on the calendar.
engineers report
Okay.
in 20 seconds or less.
20 seconds, Mike, is it,
Action items.
what?
Action
Only.
You're eating into my 20 seconds.
Action items
There's
only.
no action items.
Then we're done.
They've been done. I won't go over all these items. We've talked about a few of them already with Thomas Stewart Park, but I would recommend read page 5 and 6 of my report. It's a nice recap summary of what's going on at the park, both phases and whatever. So I won't, nothing really necessary to talk about. When I was down at the league, yesterday, this morning too, but yesterday was a discussion with Scott Tumanello from Ben Schaefer, who we're getting a playground from, and we talked at length about the project and what's going on, and I'm just relaying this because he made a specific point that he needs the PO in 2017, or else we are in danger of paying more money, basically. So, and I mentioned it to Kathleen, because I was talking to Kathleen down at the league, and she said, okay, fine. So just FYI, we got to get him the PO by the end of the year, so we'll
I'm
get
going
him
to follow up an
2017.
email tomorrow to make sure she remembers.
Yeah.
'Cause talking to Michael Atlantic City could be forgetful.
Well, yeah. And I'll just tell you this, because my guess is it's not going to happen, which my guess is that the county road improvements will probably not happen this year.
Agreement.
What? Agreement Street, yeah, with the park. We're still in the park. Because the county's not going to let Sampson start the job unless he can finish the paving and the widening, and now we're getting into, we're getting close to December.
So-
So whatever, so it'll be in the spring, but it is
Mike,
what it is.
what's the latest target month on completion?
Well, April, it should be. There's no reason it can't be by then.
Okay?
His last words, right? It should be, Frank. It really should be.
Well, the building should be up, right? By the
Sure.
end of the year, it should be
Yeah.
roofed, and,
So- So, all right, unless any questions about the park, Wayne?
I do.
I have one too.
With your email that you sent out in reference to December 13th about our office is not functioning as a primary township representative, project manager relative to the concession stand with Sagoda and Mark Carey, with the lead roles of that.
Oh, okay, that's out of my report, okay.
Yeah, how does that work if you're not the representative for the town from a liability standpoint? If you have a committee person who has no real authority and a
You're
architect.
speaking of Mark, when you say?
Yeah, like
Okay.
Mark's on the committee representing this, and then you have Zagoda there, and if you're backing away from it and something goes haywire with the concession stand, what's the legality from the town standpoint as to who's at fault if something goes wrong, if you're not going to be the engineer involved in that?
Well, that's an interesting take you had on that comment, because let me say, there was never even a thought that crossed my mind about, liability and so forth with that comment. That was just to say, hey, I'm not being in the loop on the discussions about the concession stand, because typically, it's Zagoda to Sampson. So Zagoda, you've hired him as your architect, as your professional to do the concession stand. I mean, I'll probably get involved with the recommending approval for vouchers and some other work. It's not like I'm walking away from the concession stand, but, it's just not it's not my field of expertise, to be perfectly honest, and I didn't have any involvement with the design. So, that's just kind of a statement of fact, that I'm not like, you got a concession stand question, you shouldn't look to me, you should go to Marks. I mean, that's all it meant, so I don't think there's anything to concern yourself with, though.
Well, it does make a good point, though. You were voted as the project manager.
Right.
So as the project manager, everything stops at you, in my opinion.
Right,
So,
and there's still always going to be responsibility and so forth. That's, again, that never was the intent of that comment.
As long as you're...
Yeah,
So
no,
you're gonna- I mean-
it's our Navy, I
Like I
get
said,
it.
I just took it as like, oh, I'm backing out of this. And
No,
If Mark's a committee person, we can't go after him legally if something goes wrong. And Zagoda's the architect, so we hired to draw the plans for it, and who's building the building?
Yeah.
Who's watching the contractor build the building?
Well, I think what his point is,
Yeah.
Zagoda's the one that's gonna make sure it's built according to the
Yeah,
architect.
Zagoda
I
is the
understand
DCA.
that point. My point was that...
Yeah, and when you were saying that, Will, it clicked with me, too. I'm like, wow, that's not at all what I meant, but I understand why
Yeah.
you took it that way. So, okay. Point well taken. And I think that's, Joe talked about the DPW building.
And we got
Okay.
we get the water permits?
So,
We got all the permits?
well, because we have to wait to get the quote.
No, the water line from the GCA.
No, but that's no different than it's been. I mean, they're not waiting for anything from us. They know that backflow preventer is gonna need to get a permit. And the other little piece, the connections from the meter pit to the backflow
They're not holding
preventer.
us up. right?
No, it's absolutely not holding us up. And I've spoke with Jack Templeton a number of occasions. There was a sewer question that came up that he wasn't clear on, and I cleared that up. So, no, we're actually, I'd like to say and think that we're probably in the best position we've been in relative to where we stand with the DCA and the permits in months, since things got a little haywire there back a few months ago. So,
Done?
done,
All right,
Mr. Mayor.
when we're talking about the park, can we take that sign down? Because people are now saying to myself, you know, it's coming fall of 2017. I've had 2 people this week.
to me personally, that doesn't bother me, but if you want, we could cover the coming, I mean, at this point, it doesn't matter. I mean, you know what the plan originally was? The plan originally was we were gonna have the new sign up by now.
Can we just go for a little paint?
Yeah,
Yeah.
is it, the new sign is in the works, right?
It is in the works, but the OS committee decided to push it off to the spring, yeah. But the original plan was, let's not bother with that, who cares? We're gonna put the new sign up and then we'll take it down, but that's been delayed, so if that sign's really bothering everybody, I guess we could cover it, but at this point, I think covering it makes it even more noticeable, so, it's up, I mean, whatever the town committee wants to do, I'm fine with it,
Just
but...
throwing it out there.
Mike, just on one side of this.
That's fine, if that's what everybody wants to do.
Spot Boxstein up there next to the park.
If you want, make a motion to
Boxstein, you got the
The stone house with the
stone
ivy.
colonial house, the ivy right next to
That
the
you see
park.
from the...
Oh, the one, okay, not the house, okay, got you.
Yeah.
Yep.
He asked me the other day if they could move the end construction sign to the end of the park, beginning of his property, rather than in the middle of his front lawn.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
So, that's it, fine, yes.
yeah,
I'm sure we can get that done.
thank you.
You are.
Do you want to change that or no? So, do you want to say soon or spring or?
Just for coming
When's our next
2019.
OS meeting? December 1st?
No,
Monday.
This Monday?
Yeah.
I must have missed the email. Okay, we'll decide Monday.
Yeah, either change it or take it down.
You know, so, you don't...
No, but that's
do-
something that we have to
Do we
decide.
have to decide?
That's town property. I mean, OS can't open it. I don't know. That's up. You mean, you brought
I
it
don't
up.
care if you just take it down completely.
Why don't you-
Everybody knows what it is now.
I wouldn't take it down completely. You get more people saying stuff if you take it down completely, I think.
Put
What's
come in
that, Joe?
2018.
Be taken care of tomorrow.
But I don't want to spend
Taking
the
it
money.
down?
I don't want to spend money.
I would know what I would do. I would just get green duct tape and just put coming in, that whole bottom
You know,
part,
it's just the word coming.
Just
Coming.
or just coming.
Thomas Store Park.
Yeah, I would just put green duct tape over the bottom part.
I do that, or I got,
Or you got green paint?
I got some green Rust-Oleum there.
Perfect. All
You
right,
gonna
go
make a
ahead.
motion? You need a motion for that?
No.
No?
Just cover the coming.
Yeah, that part, yeah.
And just leave the front.
Okay. You okay with that, Bill?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Okay. Mike, you have anything for public session? Okay. Well, rather than go in executive session, I'm going to move up to the public comment because we only have one or two people left. Anybody interested in making a public comment? Okay, I make a motion to open up public comment. Anyone want a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
John Creighton, 302 Breathroom. I guess I don't want to need to go by without going on your side, January coming up. I heard it mentioned a bit in the animal control report. About the movie. I was just wondering if there's anything you can share. I understand that from your employment committee to deal with the January problems. I understand there's some meetings perhaps this January for the terms.
Mike, can you give anything about thing or?
Yeah, I have a meeting scheduled with them for we're supposed to meet this past Monday, and then I guess the January people couldn't make it, so I'm supposed to meet with them at 4 o'clock this coming Monday. And I could probably, I don't want to say too much more since this is a paid meeting, so but I would be happy to talk to you after the meeting or as soon as we go to executive and let you know what's
And we're trying to get together with a Q&A with everybody, which I believe you were on. I don't have everybody's email, but I believe I have yours or somebody. We're trying to do something after the meeting so that we can hopefully clear up a lot of things.
Sure. Whatever you can share to the public, perhaps, what the status of the enforcement side, if law enforcement has gotten contracts with classes for enforcement for zoning, if you've done any lighting inspections.
Well, I know the chief is watching for those classes when they come from Rutgers, and they haven't been scheduled yet. He is watching them, and he's going to let us know as soon as he finds them and sees them. And we never approved it, but I'm all for sending 2 guys to it, so.
And I was asked by committee team and the mayor to, I'm working on a list of the various enforcement items and ordinances that maybe have to be amended to, we had a meeting and discussed that for better enforcement. So.
Can you meet with him out in the hallway then after?
Yeah. I think I'd rather do that just because.
Sure. And if you've heard anything as far as DCA.
Well, and I'll answer that if I can right now, too. And yes, our town engineer, Mike, here, did go out and do a lighting. He's got to put it in print for me. That'll be available shortly. And the DCA, although they are going back to re-inspect, and I'm assuming by now that they handed them the fines, but there is some substantial fines that are being doled out there, and there are more to come. But they don't really communicate with me as to they physically done that. But I was told that there were quite a few violations written up to the tune of about $12,000, and there are some more to come.
And they don't share with the township?
It's not their job to. It's one of these things that I got to painstakingly call and find out and this and that. But I haven't spoke with him in about 2 weeks, but they were moving in that direction.
I appreciate your help.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Thanks for coming. Anybody else have any public comments, questions? No? Seeing none, I'll make a motion to close. All in favor? Aye. Joe, would you hang around for executive session, please, for a little bit? He's going home.
You're walking, Joe.
Good night.
Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Right.
Nighttime.
You want the door closed?
Well, we gotta wait for Mike to come back in anyway. Well, I guess we can make the motion to go in and shut down, wait for
I
it.
can terminate you.
Great. I'm looking for a motion to go into executive session?
For contract negotiation?
Oh, yeah, for, contract negotiation regarding the American Legion, and do we have any other items? I don't think so, and,
Well, I'd like to talk to Mike about advertising. I don't know that it's a contractual thing, but he needs to tell me something, so,
okay, so legal questions,
a
right?
legal question.
Okay, so, anybody making the motion?
I thought you made it.
Okay, anybody
Second.
second? Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, you're shutting it down? Okay. I make a motion, we come out of executive session?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mike?
Okay, we're merging executive session at 10:07 PM, where we discussed one additional matter, which was a contractual matter dealing with the Legion building. No official action was taken. Copy of these minutes will be available at such time as the committee determines there is no harm to the public interest.
Okay. Anybody have any old or new business they wanted to bring up?
The old business, solar, what are we doing with solar? Did we go?
I thought you were gonna have
RFQ, Will, you got somebody?
Joe and I are looking, we have your guy, and we're
Yeah,
gonna,
but
Joe's
I
got,
spoke to Walt, nobody's contacted Walt. Are you
Well,
gonna
that's-
contact Walt? What are you
when you
gonna do?
finish first, and I'll let
Okay.
you know. Joe has the guy he was contacting also, and then once we get all the information together, then we're gonna contact everybody, and then sit down for a meeting, so we have like 3 different people to give a quote or an estimate as to the solar, rather than coming from one person.
Well, absolutely, but I think what you need to do is you gotta either do an RFP, you can't
We-
discuss,
We're gonna do an informational session, not
Oh,
talk
information,
pricing
okay.
and stuff like that, because,
Okay.
just to see what, like, almost like a walk around, see, listen, this is what we would like to do, or what do you
Okay.
think, and then have the people that we're talking to give a proposal, I say, okay, we want to do this, this, this.
Can
and
we also put into that, Thomas Stewart Park?
Sure.
Let's look at that too.
Yeah, this fellow I talked to, he got back to me email because they had an incentive, they come out for free, it's still offered to the municipality. He wants to know, he needs electric bills, and I think February and August of the previous year, wants to know our heat sources, how old some of the heaters are now. This heater's been updated, a couple others, heat and air conditioning. The offices we're having trouble with, and they're the original 1976, 77 heat pump and stuff in there, so that's gotta qualify, and then we could, with the electric bills and stuff, we don't use natural gas, or there is no natural gas available, so there may be an opportunity for a cheap rate or a grant type to get that heater changed in that part, and I understand if what might happen here with redevelopment of the municipal properties, but if we do that and get solar onto there, that was.
because we just paid another $800
Just
bill
another-
for that pump station.
So you know where we stand with 2, 3 quotes there.
Yeah, you gotta
So
get,
I'll
you have
that
to get quotes.
information,
Yeah.
We'll get it all together, and then we can divide it out between Walter.
So
this side and stuff.
keep in mind the pavilion, the concession stand. What about the shed? Could you put it on the shed? I think you probably could.
The storage shed,
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
put them everywhere. They
Put it everywhere.
They put them on the pool roof.
be electric and stuff.
Yeah, let's look at all that.
Yeah, once we get everything together, then, so we have all of our ducks in one row, then we'll. sit
I think
here
it even
and
extends
get
the life of the roofs too, because you don't have the sun hitting it.
Well, it all depends, because when they put the solar panels on
You gotta go into the
the
roof.
metal roof at the low tap pool, it leaked like a sieve.
Yeah, I know, I figured that.
This is old.
I was wondering if we
Yeah,
didn't
that's
do
the-
steel on
that's
this
the
roof.
problem.
It's probably due, and I've had it, or I've tried to get it by next year. It was done about 6 years ago, paint seal, like kind of rubber silver.
Can you put steel over steel, like you put your second lower, or would they
I
have to
don't
take it
know.
off the
I
panel?
don't know. I'm not a roofer.
Steel
I
over steel, you
couldn't
can't.
ask.
You can't?
So it'll rot right through.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe the moisture building up.
That's what I was wondering,
Yep.
yeah. Okay.
Well, I got 35 panels on my house and no leaks.
All right, yeah, one other thing, I think this probably should have been brought up in executive, but Mike can stop me if I'm not. I know that several of us have shared the thoughts about delving into the engineering, as another engineer for the town. And wouldn't that have to be going out soon if we were thinking
Oh,
about
the art
doing that?
request for proposals? We did talk about that
Yeah,
briefly.
but engineering's contract's not up for...
Well, that's what I was,
Yeah.
I wasn't,
But it's terms not
Couldn't you
up,
just
we
do it
don't-
as you have a project though, too? Like, do you have to, couldn't we just do it like if we were gonna have a big project, just say we're gonna do RFPs for that project?
Look, you have a town engineer that has a term of 3 years, that's statutory. But you could, if you had special projects, you could always say, hey, you know what, we're gonna get some quotes on this thing, and you could hire a special project engineer.
For instance, if we did something with,
What's the
another property or something you're gonna buy, you might wanna,
What's the legality with him with, I mean, he doesn't get a set salary, he just works on a percentage, so what would be the legality if for some reason we got another engineer to come in? What's he have to sue us for?
No, but you know what it is, there's no, if you're the township engineer, so that's the guy that the engineering stuff goes to on a regular basis. If you had a special project engineer, towns do it all the time, where they go, okay, if that guy has a conflict, that's the guy that we're going to use. You could do it on a case-by-case basis, you could appoint somebody and just say, or you could just say, okay, this is a pretty big project, let's get some RFPs and see. I mean, I'll just give you an example. When they did, and this is public information, so I can tell you, Meadow Mansfield, the development they're doing over there, that was co-litigation and all this stuff, so part of the settlement, the town had to pay all the inspection fees and everything else on that project. So they just went out to bid and said, what would you guys charge us on a percentage basis to do the inspections? Because we're going to have to pay for it. And somebody came in 3%, somebody came in 2%, somebody came in 5%, they gave the guy 2%, because they were going to be paying it.
wouldn't we be better though, maybe waiting for, do RFPs on the project? 'Cause let's say if you're gonna do another park, maybe you wanna get RFPs with people who specialize in parks, or an RFP on somebody who specializes in a sewer here,
But yeah,
and a septic, so.
But wouldn't it be wise to get somebody on board first? Because if we keep sending out RFPs, well, now you're 60, 90 days
Well, that's
before you
true,
get it back.
Yeah.
You're in the whole,
It depends on, listen, on the bigger jobs, it's going to take time. Like, if you had another park project of that size, it's going to take you a while anyway. So, I mean, it's a policy decision for you guys. But, like I said, you can do it on a case-by-case basis. You can do it any way you want. You can have somebody say that's going to be our conflict guy or whatever else, and give them as much or little work as you want.
Well, we can always send out a letter for RFPs and not do anything, right? So, you wanna send out letters for RFPs? Let's make a decision for engineering.
What do you mean, to replace?
No,
What are we looking
for special projects. Special projects engineer, you said, right, or something?
engineer / special project.
What title be? Special projects engineer?
Didn't you just mention that we could just do it on a
I like
project-by-project
special
basis?
projects engineer because that's like
Okay.
as much or as little as you want to get, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that means we would have to use this engineer for all special projects? If we couldn't?
No, it's just.
You don't have to do anything.
Just for
It
conflict.
basically.
We can get 6 RFPs and then you start without doing anything.
Whatever they're licensed by the state of New Jersey, so you don't have to go out for bids, right? So you just call them special project engineer if you decide to give them a particular project or give them no project. They could be, there's guys that might be a special project engineer for a town and they never get any engineering.
No, I don't think, I think we could just do it on a project-by-project basis, that's just my opinion. Like, if we had a big project, then we get an RFP, but...
Well, I'm okay with that too, but
Well, we're gonna have to...
I'd rather do it that way for a big project, but I'd rather get somebody specific to whatever
Right.
that project is.
You gotta set a price, because
Just get a whole bunch of them in, and then you guys could look at them and say, hey, this one would be good if we ever do this, or at least you'd know what's out there,
yeah.
name-wise.
What kind of specs are you gonna put on this RFP? You got a list of...
My RFP that goes advertised on, and only goes on the website. It
But what are the criteria for the
doesn't- It
qualifications? and-
doesn't list any of it, it just gives, I list professionals. Like if, say, if you didn't say that we could do an engagement letter, I would be listing my whole thing, and I would be putting township attorney, township engineer, planner, whatever. So this would just say,
Special project?
conflict counsel,
Right.
we had, for Piper. This would just say special projects engineer.
Yeah, so you're not gonna have, if the plan would be, okay, we're gonna do like a park, and that's some type of expertise. You're not gonna get that from what
No.
we're gonna do, because it's just gonna be a general municipal engineer applying for it. Because what you do is, there's, state contractual requirements that you have to have, the business registration, all that.
Right.
If you wanted to get more particular, the problem is, like, as we sit here today, you don't know what the particular thing you're looking for.
Down the road,
So,
yeah.
on a big project, it's easy to say, okay, we're gonna build a sewer plant, or we're gonna build a whatever.
And then there would actually...
I mean, if,
Okay, does anybody want to send out the letter for RFK or not?
No, I don't think so.
No? Anybody?
I don't.
Do you want to make a motion?
Oh, is there a
to see how it
motion?
goes or not? I mean, anybody you want to do a motion to do it that way, or?
Just do a motion, and see what comes in.
Well, you can do the motion and see how, whether it passes,
Right.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, I'll make the motion.
Anybody want to second it? Well, the motion dies, I guess, right? Okay. Anything else? Motion to adjourning?
Before that, I just want to make a note that in the list of bills here, we're spending $1,152 for Mike to do his work on Oprah request, and the other Mike to do his work. So that's what we spent. this
well,
past
on
month.
all Oprah requests or for a particular?
This is just on last month's bills.
Just Lydia's bills. Lydia's Oprah request cost us $1,152.50. So I'm going on record and state that. Okay?
Anybody want to make a
And
motion?
sitting out there next month, or 2 months from now, I'll be asking for that every month.
And by the way, it's more than that, because what happens is, these were legal bills, right? So we have to so we sent John Drill's bills to John Drill, we sent Jimmy Piper's bills to Jimmy Piper, because I don't
No, I didn't get those bills.
Because you gotta
All right.
look through them to see if there's anything that's next, or because pending litigation, or something that we discussed, and the decision hasn't been made, that gets redacted. When you do that, you gotta do what's called a Vaughn index, which is, you gotta say what you redacted, like just say, we redacted the name of so-and-so from this bill, or we redacted this, so you gotta list it. So, like I said, that's just what it cost us to go through all of the legal bills that she asked for us to redact them. So, you're gonna get, I'm sure you got a similar bill, or you're gonna get one from John Drill, and you're gonna get one from Jimmy Piper.
So should we ask our professionals in the future, instead of burying them in, and I'm not saying you're burying them, it's, for lack of words, they're buried amongst a whole list of activity that you've done for the month.
Oh, so
Can you do me can you give me a separate bill that says Oprah,
Yeah.
Oprah,
Yeah.
okay? And then I would ask that for all the professionals.
You could actually, when you're out there, you could Oprah that.
I want to Oprah the Oprah. And on that note, I'll make a motion to close. Is that,
I'll
is
second
that what
that.
you're looking for?
All in favor? Aye.
Yeah, that's
I'll tell you
fine.
another thing that's bad is...
Shut it.
No, I'm not saying anything.